Igicaniro TV ni urubuga rwanyu rubagezaho amakuru umunsi ku wundi. Ku Gicaniro TV dutanga amakuru y'umwimerere kandi afite imvano. Intego yacu ikaba kuyabagezaho ako kanya. Turyomoza ibinyoma, dutanga amateka atagoretse, dukunda u Rwanda, tukabamenyesha aho imikino n'imyidagaduro bigeze. Ku Gicaniro TV rero muduhe ibitekerezo byubaka, inyunganizi n'izindi nkunga zitandukanye nko gukora like, subscribe, ukanakanda ku kimenyetso cy'inzogera kugira ngo utazaje ucikwa n'amakuru tukugezaho umunsi ku wundi. Wowe wifuza gutanga inkunga yawe ku Gicaniro TV wayicisha kuri telefone 0717605050. Ni ku mazina ya Ejide Ruhashya. Tugumane ku murongo w'Igicaniro TV. Uzindi mbuga nkoranyambaga mwadusanga kuri YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Hose ni Igicaniro TV.
Hano rero turi Liverpool, ahagiye rero kubera umuhango uhuza abanyarwanda, aho tugiye kunamira abacu bazize Jenoside yakorewe Abatutsi. Aha rero turibuka ku nshuro ya 31 hano muri iki gihugu cy'Ubwongereza. Uyu ni umujyi wa Liverpool iki gikorwa kigiye kuberamo, ariko byarabaye London ubwo twatangiraga icyunamo, byarabaye mu mujyi wa Manchester. Uyu munsi rero ni Liverpool, ndetse bizagenda biba mu mijyi itandukanye aho abanyarwanda baherereye. Hano mu gihugu cy'Ubwongereza ndagira ngo mbabwire ko dufite aho twibukira, no kuvuga urwibutso rwa Jenoside yakorewe Abatutsi mu mijyi 5, ndetse hakazaboneka n'indi. Aha rero ni mu mujyi wa Liverpool, hakaba rero haje abanyarwanda batuye hano mu mujyi wa Liverpool ndetse n'abagiye baturuka mu mijyi itandukanye. Iki rero akaba ari igikorwa cyo gushyira indabo ku rwibutso rwa Jenoside yakorewe Abatutsi, ariko hakaza gukurikiraho ibindi bigenda bikurikira ibingibi byo gushyiraho indabo. Haraza kugira uburyo basobanura icyateye iyo Jenoside, uko yakozwe, uko yateguwe, ndetse havugwe n'amateka. Igicaniro TV rero ahangaha turahababereye, turaza kubikurikirana tubibagezeho. Murakoze cyane.
To honor those that died and to reflect on our hope that such circumstances will never happen again. Thank you.
Thank you. All of us gathered here. Lord Mayor, thank you again for standing with us and the rest of the council. We do not take it lightly that you stand with us at such moments. There are other moments you stand with us, but this moment is special. I have seen other people that are not Rwandans here. Thank you so much for being here. We so deeply appreciate that you are here. What we commemorate is an act that was unimaginable, but it happened. 1 million people were killed in 100 days, not by lightning, not by an accident, not by a civil war, but by other people whom they knew very well, whose neighbors they were, whose godparents they were, whose friends they were, whose teachers they were, whose mothers and fathers they were. And that was in the service of an ideology of ethnic extremism. Ethnic extremism is about me seeing someone else, and whether there is a real or an imagined division, I take advantage of that, I build on it until I arrive at a point where that person is no longer worthy of life, and I walk there and kill them. That's what happened in Rwanda. So for all of us, as human beings who are here, we just need to know that genocide is a crime against humanity, because it can happen anywhere, because it has no reason to happen, and because it is reprehensible across the world. So when you are here, you stand with us as Rwandans, but at the same time, you stand for humanity. You are saying no to such an act, not just in Rwanda, but anywhere else. Today we reflect, we honor, and we decide. Every time we get together, we remember, but we decide that this will never happen again in our country. But being here, this is not Rwanda, this is Liverpool in the United Kingdom. The other day we were in Manchester. We will be in Portsmouth another day. We were in London the other at the beginning of April. This means that what happened in Rwanda could happen anywhere, and it did happen everywhere because it affected people everywhere. And the reason we are here is, one, to be together with our Liverpool community, whom I thank very much for organizing this, but also to tell each other here that this should never happen anywhere. Ethnicity has never developed as a policy, as a policy of a council, as a policy of a country. Ethnic division has never developed any place. I don't know in history where ethnic division has led to progress anywhere. So the statements that we are making today are bigger than standing with our Rwandan community, reflecting, honoring. They are also to say division of any kind, could be ethnic, could be religious, could be racial, could be tribal, could be on any basis. Division never leads to progress. Division leads to disaster. So I want to thank you very much. We'll be speaking a little more later. I want to thank you very much for being here, and let's continue to reflect and to honor those that we lost, that we should never have lost. Thank you.
Your Excellency, High Commissioner, Rwanda, UK. That's representative of the Burundi community. Next will be representative of the Manchester community. Hello, London. Please come forward. Forward, please. Thank you very much.
aha rero niho hagiye kubera igice cya kabiri cyo kwibuka hano Liverpool, aho rero twibuka abatutsi bapfuye muri jenoside yakorewe abatutsi mu 1994, aho rero twibuka ku nshuro ya 31. ahangaha ni muri University ya Liverpool, akaba ariho rero hagiye kubera iki gikorwa cya kabiri, aho rero tugiye kubwirwa amateka, aho tuza no kumva ubutumwa nyakubahwa ambasaderi uhagarariye u Rwanda hano mu gihugu cy'Ubwongereza, Johnston Businge, aho aza rero kugira ubuhamya cyangwa se kugira icyo abwira abateraniye hano, abanyarwanda n'inshuti z'u Rwanda, ariko nanone abayobozi bo muri iri shuri hano muri University ya Liverpool ndetse n'abayobozi b'umujyi wa Liverpool nabo baraza kugira icyo bavuga. Maze rero nk'igicaniro TV turaza kuhababera, turababwira uko bimeze, uko birimo bigenda. Hano rero ku gicaniro nge ni Jideroye.
And legally recognized historical events. Numerous credible bodies, including the United Nations and international courts, such as the ICTR, and now UNESCO, have confirmed and preserved this truth. In December 2003, the United Nations General Assembly formally designated April 7th as the International Day of Reflection on the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda, explicitly acknowledging it as a genocide against the Tutsi and encouraging all member states, organizations of the United Nations system, and other relevant international organizations, schools, as well as civil society organizations, to observe the International Day, including special observance and activities Tutsi was planned long before April 1994. It was not spontaneous, and it was not revenge. It was a systematic attempt to exterminate people, Tutsi, because of who they were. So, what I find important today is dialogue focused on remembrance, understanding the causes and consequences, and reinforcing the global commitment to preventing genocide anywhere else. Educating future generations about the genocide through memorials we have in the country, books, and responsible discussions which strengthen resilience against hate and violence. As I conclude, today we survivors will carry this truth, but the responsibility to protect it belongs to us all, Rwandans and the world. KWIBUKA, which means to remember, therefore becomes not a duty of Rwandans only, but a duty for the entire humanity. We remember to honor the victims, we remember to protect the truth, we remember to fight hate wherever and whenever it appears. And through education, compassion, and vigilance, we must raise a new generation, one that treasures life, defends human dignity, and refuses to let darkness take root again. Dear friends, thank you for giving me the space to share a little about my journey, and thank you for standing with survivors, for standing for truth, and for standing for peace. May we continue to remember, to protect, and to rebuild together. May peace be with us all. I thank you.
Lord Mayor, Reverend Yazid Said, distinguished guests, members of the Rwandan community here, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by thanking them. I think they've walked out, Dr. Jasna and Professor, Associate Professor Catalina, for their very incisive contribution this afternoon. And Professor Peter McGill, who is still in the room, thank you so much. You've raised very important issues for an academic audience. I thank you all for joining us here for this solemn and significant occasion. I am very grateful to Liverpool Hope University for graciously hosting this commemoration. Your support reminds us that remembrance is not only an act of memory, it is a commitment to action, and you are doing that. I would like to extend a special note of thanks to you, Reverend Canon Yazid, for generously hosting and sponsoring the commemoration here. Liverpool was the first city in the United Kingdom to install a memorial stone and place in honor of the victims of the genocide against the Tutsi. So, Mayor, through you, to all the council and all the administration of Liverpool, thank you. It was an act that was so bold and in solidarity, and it has inspired many other cities in the United Kingdom to follow your example. And Liverpool should be justly proud of it. Each year we gather with very heavy hearts to mark one of the darkest chapters of human history, the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Today, we observe the 31st commemoration. Our theme is over there. Sorry, I'm not seeing it now, but it is remember, unite, and renew. It's more than a theme, it's a call to action. It's a call to honor survivors. It's a call to commit to building a future where such atrocities won't happen again. And it's a call to look at who we want to be in the future. Over 1 million lives were lost in 100 days. Fathers, mothers, children, neighbors, everybody killed for not something they had done, but who they were, how they looked, and that's it. And behind every person, behind the numbers that we talk about, there is a story, there is a life cut short. Clever, if you're still hearing us, thank you for your moving testimony. That courage helps us to see that the genocide is not just a distant tragedy. You've seen those who've talked about it, you've seen Philomena. When people start talking about it, then we all realize it's not a distant memory. It's a life people walk with every single day. And it is a very human and a very personal loss. But for an international audience like this one, this testimony is essential. It forces all of us to reckon with that painful truth. It also forces us to remember what Professor McGill and the other academics before him said, that while the killings unfolded in broad daylight, the world and other people who could have made a contribution to stop something happening, to save one person, did not do it, did not act.
Those places of faith that Rwandans run to were not by accident.
Rwandans were predominantly faith people, religious people. And for them, running to the church meant running to God. And they knew nothing would touch them. But the betrayal of a parish priest, the betrayal of a bishop, the betrayal of someone they ran to, until now, is something they can't easily comprehend. It nearly broke down the church and the faith in our country, because that wasn't one of the things that were expected from the church. And we remember other failures. The United Nations Security Council scaled down its peacekeeping force at the very moment Rwanda needed it most. We remember a Belgian contingent which had sheltered thousands, but withdrew in the nick of time, knowing very well, in all certainty, that they would be killed. And they were killed. We remember international failure to jam a radio, a hate radio, it was mentioned ahead of me, which was being used to coordinate killings in real time. We remember also that